Okay, let's work on our form. Inside the meals directory, I create another directory which is called meal item. Inside of it, I have already two CSS files. Okay, so let's create a new file, and the name will be meal item form. Great. So from here, I will use two different hooks, which are useRef and useState. Okay, and I will import them from React. Then from my UI, I will import the input control or component. Excuse me. Uh, this will be very helpful in order to display the data. Alright, and finally I will import all classes from my CSS file, and this name is meal item form.module.css. Great, so the name of this object will be meal item form. Obviously, I need to manage a different props. All right. Next, I need to manage some changes about the amount of the product, because maybe the user may add at the beginning a specific quantity of a product in particular, but then before to place the order, the amount may change. That's why I need to use use state. All right, and also related to that operation, I need to use ref hook. All right, so these functions will be related to the bottom when the user decide to place the order. First, we need to prevent a default behavior, and instead of then because I don't need, for example, to refresh the entire page, and I have to manage the quantities of the product quantities. Okay, so I need to obtain that value, and I need to cast the previous object, because by default amount input ref will be always a string, but after that I need to cast into an integer. For example, it will be a great idea to in some cases, of course, maybe that won't be for us, but in some cases we will have not just integer values. Um, we may need to cast into a float data type, for example. All right. So The next will be a validation, a data validation. Um, for example, we may limit the max amount of products per client. So at the beginning, we won't allow products with no quantities, and also we need to validate the user input. Okay, so in case I have a typo over here, in case the user decide to add quantities less than 1 or greater than 5, we will use our object as false, and then we have to return. All right, so that is a really basic validation. Otherwise we will add to cart the product. Okay, great. So let's return something. Here the form comes, and submit. We will use the submit handler. All right, and this is our control, input control. In as a ref, we will use amount input ref. Okay, label as amount. Okay, and here the data comes. The product ID. Okay, and this will be a number, and we will allow 1, 2, up to 5. Okay, so as you can see, we are using our input controller as a spinner. Okay, and the default value is 1. All right, of course we are missing our button, and this may be the label, and the amount is not valid, and we will display a message to the user requesting a valid amount of product between 1 to 5. Okay, We miss curly brace, I guess. And finally, we have to export this control as meal item firm. Right. So I have another. I'm missing something. Like me. Let me check. Right. So maybe I'm missing something. In the next video, we will debug this error, and we will work on the meal item controller.